Did the Warriors just lose in a play-in game to make their way into the playoffs? Absolutely they did. Am I still here to make a bracket video in order to talk about one of the exact teams that just knocked us out of the play-in tournament? The answer to that is also yes. It's time to do a bracket challenge. Yeah, I didn't do one of these for Much Madness, which I sort of regret, but at the same time, college basketball isn't really my thing just yet. And before the playoffs start tomorrow, I want to set my brackets off. As you guys are very aware, if you've been watching the content for some time, my predictions are awful. I had Jaden Ivey for Sixth Man of the Year this year. And everybody that knows anything about basketball is knowing going on with Jaden Ivey at the moment. He isn't even in the league. So, yeah, it's time to do a bracket challenge without further ado. So, pretty simple. This is the NBA's official format, the Pick'em Challenge. If you guys want to participate at home as well, I think the NBA actually runs some prizes and stuff for it. If you get all the answers right, I believe it asks you who's going to win it and in how many games. If you get it all right, and you're the only one to get it all right, you actually win prizes. So the way that I see it is it says 200 points, 400 points per pick. If you pick everything right, you will win prizes, and the NBA sorts that all stuff out. But I'm just today using it as the format. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm just giving you guys my picks on the playoffs before they start tomorrow. I will start on the Western Conference because that is what they have it as at the moment. The Suns obviously just knocked my Warriors off in the play-in tournament. But from what I've seen from that team, the Oklahoma City Thunder are leaps and bounds better than them. Like, defensively, offensively, the Phoenix Suns are very stagnant at times. Devin Booker has had one of the worst three-point shooting years of his career, if not the worst. Dylan Brooks is very spot and go. Like, these two playing games, Dylan Brooks offensively was really rough to watch. Jalen Green has been the one bright spot for them. And Jordan Goodwin, because Jordan Goodwin looked like the next coming of Ray Allen against the Warriors. So I don't understand it, but I'm picking the Thunder pretty comfortably. Do I give the Phoenix Suns a game? I don't know if I do. I think the Thunder are really just that good. I'm taking them in 4 games. I don't even think the Suns get a game off. The Lakers and the Rockets. Obviously, the big story with the Lakers at the moment is their health. The only healthy superstar that they have in their roster is a 41-year-old LeBron James. But in the same vein, the Rockets have been really inconsistent this year. And the Rockets have also been one of the very fluctuative teams. Some people would even say disappointing, the Houston Rockets. However, I am still taking the Houston Rockets. I'm going to give... There's also reports that maybe Austin Reeves will be back for this series. And if Austin Reeves is actually in the lineup for this series, it makes it a hell of a lot different. 5 or 6 games is my biggest question. Do I really give LeBron James 2 games at the age of 41? Because that's the biggest thing for me right now is, does LeBron actually have what it takes to give his team 2 games? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say the Rockets win in 6 games. I think the Lakers have just got a weird bit of X factor in that roster. You can get 20 points out of Rui Hachimura. You can get 20 points out of DeAndre Ayton. So, in that fact, I think... And the Rockets are also just very sluggish at times. They are a good defensive side, but in the same vein, the Lakers can give you just bits and bobs here and there, which they might pull a game together from that. Timberwolves and the Nuggets, I just don't think the Timberwolves have it all together this year. A lot of people are saying that this series might go all the way, obviously, because they played the last 2 years in a row, last year in the Western Conference Finals. I give the Nuggets 5 games. I honestly think the Nuggets are actually that good. The 1-2 punch of Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic is actually that good that I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves just don't quite have it cut out for them. The Spurs and the Blazers is really weird. I think the Spurs, because of the inexperience, dropped 1 game. But I think at the same time, these Spurs are that much better. Who knows what sort of form of Denny Avdia we get? Denny Avdia, we have seen, has been absolutely ridiculous. In that playing game against the Suns, the entire regular season, if he can transfer that over, he will give the Trailblazers at least one win. The Magic, I really don't back the Magic. I give the Pistons 4 games. The vibes in the Orlando Magic really just aren't there. And Desmond Bain might be good enough to get them a game. Paolo Banchero might be good enough to get them a game. But Cade Cunningham's come back. Jalen Duran's probably going to make All-NBA. Isaiah Thompson is one of the best defenders in the league. Tobias Harris is one of the most solid vets in the entire association. I don't think Tobias Harris gets enough credit. They move on pretty swiftly. This series I can see an upset. I honestly don't think the Toronto Raptors get enough credit. I think the Toronto Raptors are actually a very sneaky team. And James Harden, we don't know what sort of James Harden we're going to get from these playoffs. So that is a real building block for the Cavaliers. I give the Cavaliers 6 games. I think Toronto are good enough to win a couple of games. The Toronto Raptors just might not quite have enough in the bag because Scotty Barnes at times is really bad offensively. If Brandon Ingram doesn't bring his offense every single night, they are going to quickly fade out and lose games. The Knicks and the Hawks, I give the Knicks, but honestly, I give the Hawks some credit. I give the Knicks 6 games. Some people are saying that series is going to go 7 games. I don't quite see it going that far. I don't think there is any potential 7-game series in this first round bracket. But I think the Atlanta Hawks, behind Jalen Johnson, behind Jonathan Kuminga, behind CJ McCollum, who has been freakish on the offensive side of the ball for them, by the way, just have enough offense to keep up with this Knicks team at times. And I think that is what is going to change in the series. Celtics 76ers, I give this... I honestly don't think Joel Embiid's going to come back. I give the Celtics 5 games. Joel Embiid, I'm sick of hearing Joel Embiid might be in, Joel Embiid might be out, Joel Embiid might be this, that, and the other. You just never know what you're going to get from Joel Embiid, and that is the most painful part of it all. Thunder and the Rockets, give it 5 games. The Thunder will basically just run away with the Rockets. I think Kevin Durant is good enough to give them a game, but I don't think just having Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith is enough to stop this team. The Nuggets and the Spurs is where it starts to get interesting. Obviously, I'm going to pick the experience of the Nuggets in this one. This one, honestly, I give it 6 games. Or does this finally go to 7? I just really don't see that many 7-game series. And I think the San Antonio Spurs are really good in their current product. De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama. The list goes on. Like, they have such a promising future. I just don't think they're there yet, and I think the experience of the Nuggets will just expose them a little bit, and we will see that this year. The Spurs will come back and probably make the conference finals next season, but for right now, I'm giving them the second round. Pistons and the Cavaliers, I'm giving it to the Pistons. Give them 6 games. James Harden. He is the question mark. What happens with James Harden? How well James Harden performs? That is the biggest question that we have to go from all of this. The Knicks and the Celtics. This might be the first 7-game series. Because we don't quite know the Jason Tatum. Like, obviously, Jason's got his legs under him. He's been back for a month or so now. But because the Knicks beat the Celtics last year in the Celtics product. Like, Jason Tatum, as you know, he did his Achilles, but he did it right at the end of the series when the Knicks basically had it won already. So, honestly, I'll give the Celtics 7 games. I think they might win in that Game 7. Who gets home court in Game 7 in that situation? Celtics do. So I think it might be a bit hard in the TD Garden for the Knicks to actually pull it out in Game 7. But obviously, this brings us to the conference finals. The Thunder and the Nuggets just feels like it's coming back and over and over and over again. Like, I feel like this is going to be a clash that we're going to have for years to come. Nikola Jokic is up to about 30 years old, I believe, so he's still got another probably 5 years before this Nuggets team completely implodes. I just think the Thunder are too good. Obviously, the Nuggets were the only team that really rattled the Thunder last year. So you kind of have to take that into account. Like, Nikola Jokic really is that good. Like, Chet Holmgren doesn't stand a chance. Isaiah Hartenstein doesn't stand a chance. None of these big guys stand a chance to stand in front of Nikola Jokic. But I think the offense of Shea and J-Dub and Cason Wallace and Isaiah Joe, and like, they're just so gifted offensively. I give it 6 games. I don't think that goes the length of the series. The Pistons are a really good outfit, but I don't know. There's just something for me that feels weird about picking the Celtics. I just don't know. Like, because they've had their injury troubles, obviously, all year. Derek White is one of the best, if not the best, role player in the entire association. He is like a superstar of role players, is the way that I like to describe Derek White. He is basically the next coming of Drew Holiday. He fills that role to perfection. Jaylen Brown's had the best year of his career. It just has to be the Celtics, right? 6 games. 6 games Celtics. Does that seem right? I think so. And then the Celtics and the Thunder match up in the finals. This is a matchup that we didn't quite get last year. Obviously, the Celtics were favorited last year to make it all the way. But the Pacers had their Cinderella run, like we all saw. The Thunder come away with it. The Thunder come away with it in... I'm going weird. I think the Thunder win in 5. I don't know. I just think the Thunder are really that good. How many points will be scored in game 1? Let's go 234. Let's go with that as our tiebreaker answer. And there's your bracket. I think the Thunder just are that good of an outfit and an organisation that they are going to take it again. Be the first team to repeat since the Warriors in 2017, 2018. And yeah, I think it will be a very competitive playoffs. However, I really don't see that many 7-game series as going down. I think in that bracket, I just picked one 7-game series between the Knicks and the Celtics. I'm just going weird in the NBA Finals. 5 games for the Thunder might be a bit presumptuous, but at the same time, that's what I'm going with. Yeah, that's the bracket. If you want to screenshot it, send it back to me when it absolutely blows up and makes me look like an idiot. You guys are more than welcome to do that. But yeah, that's my bracket. Thank you guys so much for watching. That has been my bracket challenge for the 2026 NBA playoffs. Obviously, I would have loved to see my Warriors in that bracket going against the OKC Thunder. But at the same time, we probably go about as well as the Phoenix Suns are going to. I think OKC is just going to handle that series regardless of what happens. So it's a bit of short-term pain not being able to see Steph Curry in the playoffs one more time. But at the same time, you know, it saves the embarrassment. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, liking, subscribing would be awesome. It's completely up to you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, playoff basketball starts tomorrow. In Australia, the first game tomorrow starts at 3 a.m. So, Toronto Raptors fans, Cleveland Cavaliers fans, I apologise, but more than likely I'm not going to get to that game. I'll obviously go through the box score and the reviews and all that sort of stuff tomorrow at some point. I'll make a TikTok on it. But just bear with me in the analysis for that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. That has been my bracket. Let's keep going the playoffs. We're going to go hard this playoffs. Content is going to come out. You guys keep interacting with me. Let me know what your guys' bracket looks like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Thank you guys.